2 weeks ago, I saw my first wild cobra. I'm just out of my apartment and heading to campus. On my left is a large tract of bamboo forest that covers a significant section of this east-facing slope. Bamboo is easily one of my favorite woods for several reasons, and now that I've lived in Asia for a few years, I wonder why it's not more of a thing in the Americas. That said, there's two main things to be wary of in these forests, and both of them are snakes: the bamboo viper and the Chinese cobra. Neither are aggressive and will in fact make every attempt to boogie away when they hear you coming, thus me not seeing one until recently. And even then, my guy was in the process of getting out of the way. He had this silky black sheen and was quite beautiful, actually. My name's Mike, and I'm a case study on how weird life plays out. I was a wilderness guide in the Rocky Mountain West for 7 years, and then a high school English teacher in Texas for 12, and now, oddly, I live in China. In today's video, I'll discuss a few insights I've garnered in my time here, some cultural observations, and some life tips. I arrived in China in 2019 at Huawei University in Hunan province, then taught at Guangzhou for 2 years, and now here in Fuzhou. I'm an older guy at 52, but man, I wished I'd done this in my 20s. This is a great way to get a running start at life, and here's why. You have almost no living expenses, and you can save 90% of your salary. We're talking free apartment, free internet, free food. Teach 2 or 3 years here, and you're either debt-free or with an easy 5-figure bank account, or both. Your life perspective broadens 500%. Your opinions on things come from a place deeper and wider, and you realize much of what you thought true, well, isn't. And that's a good thing. Your resume will suddenly stand out. Imagine a $100 bill lying on a pile of pennies. That's your resume. People will see China and remember you. It opens up opportunities in surprising and indirect ways. The connections, friendships, and networks you establish will pay dividends for a lifetime. We've just passed the faculty canteen where I'll usually eat a couple of times a day. It's Chinese food, of course, and typically pretty delicious. As we go down the steps, we'll enter the campus center, the library to my left, and a splendid hotel, probably the best I've ever stayed in, just up ahead. Here on campus, no public transport is allowed, only a school shuttle on a very tight schedule. I'm fine with that and walk instead. An old codger like me needs that. Outside of campus is a different story. WeChat is everything here, and transportation is no different. With the push of a button, I can hail a car that will appear in usually under 2 minutes. I can book a train. I can schedule a flight. Of course, you can do these things almost anywhere in the world, but here it's cheap. I mean, really cheap. A couple of US dollars will get me anywhere I want to go locally. The small shopping area we just passed caters to the students here. There's a convenience store, several cafes and restaurants, clothing stores, a place to send and pick up mail packages, and a great little area in back where street food vendors set up, selling everything from spring rolls to oyster omelets to cheeseburgers. It's all delicious, and you can stuff yourself for a couple of bucks. I should probably explain where Fuzhou is. It's 120 nautical miles west of Taipei, Taiwan, just across the water. It's 1,000 miles south of Beijing and about 350 miles north of Hong Kong. Here, you have mountainous terrain, obviously, but the beach is only about 10 miles away. I can only converse in Chinese in single words or a handful of short phrases. A lot of expats think living in an area where locals speak little or no English is daunting and hard to navigate. It really isn't. Despite all the paid apps and expensive translators, the thing you really need is free: Google Translate. With this, you can almost instantly translate a menu, you can ask a question, read a sign, just about anything. This is in any country, by the way. Don't ever let language be a barrier to exploration and learning. For one-on-one detailed conversing, WeChat wins again. An example: I've lost a bit of weight and 5 pair of my shorts no longer fit. I found a great tailor running a business at the base of a stairwell of all places. I added him on WeChat, and because it comes with a translate feature, I could explain my problem. He hemmed the shorts in less than a day, and now I'm good to go. Despite it being quite a bit of work, all 5 shorts set me back $18. The same question popped in my head, as it's done 100 times before. What would that cost in the US? Off to my right is a little feeder lake from the Min River. A walkway circles the water, and locals enjoy it for exercise, impromptu Tai Chi sessions, or at the end of the lake, they sing karaoke on the weekends. There are basketball, tennis, and badminton courts here, and a playground for kids. Something interesting, to me at least, is the popularity of fishing. It's common to see locals with rod and reel in hand at any of the many ponds, lakes, rivers, or bays nearby. With freshwater, the carp species is the favored target, but what intrigues me are the Chinese perch, who behave and taste like bluegill, crappie, or walleye in the West. Another activity here is kayaking. You can rent one or buy one on Taobao or at Decathlon, a popular sporting goods store here. I've seen some good quality inflatables online, and it's got me seriously considering it. Another tip: Taobao is like Amazon here in China, but it is, surprise surprise, all in Chinese. A Western hack is to download Baopals, a market app that sources from Taobao, but it's all in English. They won't have the variety of Taobao, but you'll still be surprised at what you can find. Not often talked about, and not what an outsider thinks when the word China is mentioned, is the availability of inexpensive fresh produce. By fresh, we're talking out of the dirt 100 meters away fresh. If you are or aren't a home cook, this is a vegan and tea lover's paradise. Some of the fruits on offer: lychee, apples, pomelo, bananas, rambutan, loquat, oranges, berries of all sorts, and vegetables, you name it. Long bean, bok choy, carrots, garlic, water spinach, taro. If you're a tea lover like me, rejoice. Surrounding the street vendors are small shops selling teas of all sorts: rock teas, white teas, jasmine teas, green teas, black teas, all from regions across China heralded for their own unique flavors. Unlike many of the cities in southern China, Fuzhou has definitive seasons. It got downright cold last winter, but today is hot, and the shade from the narrow streets and the breezes flowing through help that situation quite a bit. Many locals here are serious when it comes to skin protection, often seen with umbrellas in the middle of the summer, which makes sense. You'll see this throughout Asia. Speaking of fresh, sprinkled throughout the city are these hectare-sized co-ops where local farmers grow their crops and sell to area shops and right on adjacent street corners. Bartering with everyone is not a problem. Lacking Chinese, simply point at the item you want, bring up WeChat or Alipay, and what I do most of the time at least, is just give them my phone to type in the amount. Almost everywhere else on earth that would sound 200% foolish. But life in small-town China is safe in almost every way. Here, dishonesty and theft are rare. People are nearly, without exception, kind and peaceful. and many will go out of their way to make you feel at home. I've traveled throughout the Americas and much of Europe, but what I'm finding here in China is something wholly different. Something that frames humanity not in a new way, but shines light on things forgotten that should be remembered. These are ancient cultures that honor traditions sometimes thousands of years old. In upcoming videos, I'll explore very specific facets of this: local geography, art, music, food, spirituality, and philosophies. The old irony of getting older and wiser, revealing more and more unknowns, gets more accurate each passing day. It's dinner time, and this tired guy is hungry for two things. One is very simple: Fuzhou chow mein, noodles, vegetables, aromatics, and tofu strips. The second is an egg pancake wrapped around a rice flour sheet. On it or in it are scallions, carrots, pickled vegetables, shrimp, and sausage. Ordering just one is a meal, a big one. So dinner and breakfast for $4. Not bad. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.